Go.
Ask Woodford Podcast, episode 8. We are back, guys. Remember, if you love this, you enjoy it, you embrace that free content, get so much out of it, follow us on Instagram, Ask Woodford on Spotify, our website, woodfordssc.com, coming out in the next few days. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, and on YouTube, Christian Woodford. Guys, how have we been?
Been really good. Thanks for asking.
How have you been?
There's been a lot of issues going on the past 2
Woody's,
minutes.
yeah, look, okay, I'm just going to say, just quickly.
When Woody's wired, it's fucking
sometimes
nuts.
there's energy that's just flowing around, and today's one of those weird energy vibes.
I want to apologise to anyone watching who saw the last podcast. We haven't we'll release it, obviously, but the last podcast wasn't the Gottis one, was one when I was very sombre.
Hey, and
but the knowledge was elite. Today won't be one of those podcasts. We're going to be up and about.
Up and about.
We're going to be up and about and give applied knowledge. So I'm feeling good. Brick, how you been feeling? I mean, I know you moved up in life.
I've been feeling good, yeah. Got a
tell us,
good position.
So, Brick, tell us more about how you raised up in work, how you improved your stature.
So I'm doing like more hours at the Strength Fortress now. So,
so Strength Fortress.
Yeah.
So JP Couchy, one of my former students who I mentored for a long time, young JP, now owner of Strength Fortress. It's not like I haven't mentored anyone. I think anyone in the industry who's done anything, I've mentored them. Shout out to Jamie Smith, my big boy, Strength Culture as well. Just doing big things, good things, eh, Brick?
Yeah, so...
You're more of a strength man though, Brick.
I don't mind a bit of strength work, yeah. So, just getting a bit more hours there.
Would you say, Jeremy, you're a cuck for strength work?
What's the
definitely, 100%.
You are though, Jeremy.
This is off the rails already. 100%. I love just lifting heavy, but I'm doing the push-pull run. So shout out again to.
So you're going to do the run?
Oh, so you're doing the run?
I am.
Heavy's
Kieran
run.
said this. Kieran actually said you should start running again.
So I'm going to do that, and
so you're actually going to start running again?
Yeah, I started running yesterday, and I'm going to do a comp. And
how unfit did you feel though, bro?
I was fucked. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
What run did you do?
Do you know how fit you did get for a while? You know, we went for a run once. For everyone out there, and Kieran actually brought this up. Kieran said to me, "Brick should go for a run again," because Brick, when you're running. Do you know how fit you were? I ran with you once and I said, take off your top. And I took off my top, obviously. You know, I like doing it. Took off my top.
Yeah.
And Brick, you beat me and I had to stop. I was like, so actually, you know what, Brick? I'm going to go on that run with you.
You can sign up as well if you want to.
What is it? What is this?
So it's basically just like max bench, max dead, max 1.6K run.
Well, the bench I've beaten you already, tick. Run, I've beaten you, tick. Yeah. Dead and squat, I've got no chance.
Are you going to actually put running in your program?
No, it's actually in the it's actually in the program. So got everything set up. 3 times a week, maybe.
So just quickly, so I understand this.
Yeah.
We have young Donnie here, and Donnie's brother, who actually is big on
hybrid
training. And I know your boyfriend Didier Fasulio.
100%, yeah. So
is that where you get it from?
Yeah, and he's doing it as well. Got a couple others.
But did Jamie Bootsiotis come up with it?
Oh, I don't know. Did he come up? Okay, yeah. See, he definitely came up. I'm getting a nod from behind the camera. Yeah, definitely came up with it.
So it's a run,
yeah,
and a lift.
Yeah. So it's like you know how CrossFit is fucking CrossFit, all that sort of stuff. It's not like that. It's different. It's fun. Community as well.
So
is
you're
really
saying
good
CrossFit's
as well.
not fun?
Oh, look, don't want to offend the CrossFit community here, but nah, it's all right.
That's fair though. Like if I looked at conditioning, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't look at pairing a fucking power clean and doing it 15 times. Like I don't know.
It's a sense of community as well. Like think of like training and everything like that. You want to do it all together. It's enjoyable to work towards one common goal, especially in like team sports. Like example, all the footy guys we have here working towards one common goal. That being the premiership.
So everyone in strength culture looking to work towards that.
We just have fun and just like be. Do
you want to win?
Hybridized.
No, but
I don't think I'm going to win.
You know what's funny? I actually agree with the community. Ever since I'm working, obviously, when going to rehab and then actually talking about this stuff and like, actually, if you're with a community of people who've been through the same thing, it's actually really cool. Seriously, I never used to think it, and then fucking because like I've seen communities of like people in early stage rehab, people been sober for 20 years, regardless what their vice is, alcohol, porn, drugs, whatever it is. If they've got a community, they actually, and Brick's right, it comes together. It's actually pretty cool. Because I was talking to this other chick who's gone through a fair similar things to what I'm going through. It was really cool to actually chat to her and just talk about community and focus on how you can work together. And then hearing their stories actually inspires other people. So I'm actually real big on the community. Like Woodford creates community, Strength Culture creates community. I know Dirk, when you weightlifted, Olympic lifted, you'd have a community in that. I know now you're going back to soccer for something to do, which is real cool. There's a community in soccer. I'm really big on connections because when I did. I'm working with a new guy at the moment, but when I did psych, he talked about these studies about they did it on mice, and what they found was the mice who actually made connections and were hung out with other mice who had sex, who had enough water, who had enough food, and made connections with other mice. They lived longer than mice who were just alone, by themselves and had no connections.
It shows, man. Like, I think everyone's good. Like, we're a together species, right? Like, being together helps us grow.
No, it's true. No, I really think it's big. The community focus on, regardless of whatever you do, it could be Brick's thing, it could be your thing with soccer, it could be my thing. You got to have that sense of community, and I really think it's important to make those bonds as well. Because if you don't have it, you really feel alone. I'm being serious, man. That's one thing I really important on. You got to make connections. You got to do things. You actually got to go out and do things different as well. You got to want to go out and do things. Like yourself went out to soccer. Brick, you're doing this heavies run thing, lift and run. But it's important to do it. It's important to do it. So I think everyone out there, go find your tribe, go find your community.
I think
for me, it's hanging around people who are go-getters and want it, because you're the average of the 5 people you hang around.
Yeah,
so hence why I hang around myself. Swish.
Swish. Oh, hey, I think it's just so good though, because it just teaches you that, like, there's days where you want to fucking not do anything, or you can't be bothered, but when you're in a community, there's that motivation, there's that push. You got to do it. There's the pressure, but also it's fun.
Holding
and
someone accountable as well.
Yeah.
Like Manov, I didn't run with Manov yesterday because I was tired, and I said, mate, from now on, keep me accountable, and he will, because Manov's annoying, but he's annoying in a good way.
But there you go. It's keeping you accountable.
Keep me accountable, yeah.
So what, you're gonna start running now?
Yeah, with Manov, but if I've told him the warning straight away is if you start carrying on about how much fitter or quicker than you are than me, I'm going to pull and do it myself, because I can't be bothered.
That's
with
a very dangerous game, because it could get there.
No, well, once I start beating him, I'll be giving him shit too.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. That'll be a fucking great time. Now, we're coming to my first question. I think this just highlights about a huge focus at WC at the moment that we've been trying to do, but we've almost realised, like, we want to show people who we are and what we do. And I think a really good point the other day is some people don't realise our membership or our program that we do. So Woody, I want to ask you, what's the difference do you find in the benefit from one-on-one sessions and our athletic development program, our WCC membership?
All right, so let's go back in time, 18 years when I was first started this industry, right? There was no group training, there was no Instagram, there was no Twitter. Facebook was pretty much relatively new. That's how old I am. And when I started, the best, it was all small, it was either semi-private groups, like 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Or it was one-on-one training. And when I started Woodford, it was all one-on-one, because it was me by myself, bro. It was just, I threw myself in there. It was me by myself. I left all my clients back at Genesis. I had no clients to come back on. I had no money. I maxed out all my money from my parents. I borrowed, I think, $500 off Jess, the girl who started this with him, my ex-missus. And I had no money left, and I threw it all for broke. I threw everything into this, and I remember started just doing one-on-one coaching. I did 2-hour sessions. Remember that?
Yeah.
So it was 2-hour
Speed
sessions.
and strength.
Speed and strength, or strength and conditioning, 2 hours. Man, no wonder I was burnt out by after a year and a half.
Charging fuck
$45.
Yeah.
I was charging $45. But the thing was, the cheaper, the more sessions they did per week. I had some people do 6 hours a week with me. So 6 hours was about $40 per hour. But if you were doing 2 hours a week, it was about 50. So $100 for 2 hours. Oh, it was 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. It was about $240 for 6 hours. And these days I charge, if I'm doing a one-on-one, it's $450 for 90 minutes initial, $250 thereafter. Fuck. So I'm charging what I did for 6 hours. For 6 hours, I'm charging $1 these days. I don't think the money, and by the way, for everyone out there, if you want to run a facility, the money is not in one-on-one coaching. Unless you're charging a price like I can charge, there's no point.
If you're an individual, like if you're not a business.
Or if you're someone like Zach Salumis, who actually coaches at a big commercial gym, who can charge, I mean, he started on $60 to $80, now he's charging about $120, but you can bank them. Yeah. And you're doing, like, example, bro, come on. If you're doing 5 hours at 5, let's say, for example, we charge $100 an hour. $100 an hour, we do 5 hours a day for 3 days, right? That's 1,500, and the rent he's paying is $180. It's worth it. But for someone like us, Woodford, as a business, and we're a real business, I don't classify that as a real business, really. Just let you know, it is a business. It's not a PTY though, like us. It's a sole trader.
Yeah, subcontract, sole trader.
Subcontract sole trader. If I was to do that, and I was to go to us, and I've said this to you before, and I've told Brick this, I've told all the staff, if I was to do that with my name, I would make so much fucking money, I would be rolling in it. Like, I'd be making, I believe I could make, but the only issue is I have to work. That's the only downside. I have to work. And I don't really want to do that anymore. Like, what I mean by that is, I don't want to do that because I get more enjoyment out of you, Brick, all these guys. We work as a team. And we can, and I can still make good money off that. Very good money. Because remember, we're coming off COVID and all that stuff. But that system of one-on-one coaching, you have to be able to charge good money. And not enough people can. And when I say good money, I'm talking $250, around there, 200 an hour, in my opinion. That's in my opinion. I'm sure there's people out there charging $80 an hour but they're doing a lot of hours. For me, I'll give you an example. I worked 2 hours yesterday, made $500 for the business. And I actually was supposed to be 3 hours. It was supposed to be 3 hours and supposed to be $750 for the business. Not for me. People get this confused. That's not my money. That's the business's money. For everyone out there, I work for the business. I don't work for myself. I work for the business, like all of us, right? We're all got one goal, and it's really good. We've actually got staff now that are all for the same cause. You know, we're all for the same cause, and that cause is building this business, making this business the best it can be. We got rid of the runt, and now we are back in with everyone who's for the goal. And I'm being serious about that. If you're not, and I said this to Donnie last time, even though Donnie, you're a part of us now as well, but I said this when we're training. If you're not on the bus, fuck off. Plain and simple. Fuck off, find someone else. But everyone's here we're on the bus now. We're all on the bus. We're going one way to success. That's all it is, and I'm back. So that's how we do it. You're going to be able to charge decent money for one-on-ones. If not, you're going to do this model, which we call a membership model. Yes. Which, hey, how good is this for a membership model, right? Let's say, for example, we don't charge this, but for example, we don't charge this example. Let's say, for example, we're charging $80 a week for a membership, which we don't. We charge more, but we're just saying that, for example, right? $80 gets you an individualized program for 4 weeks. It gets you on the floor coaching. You can come in 7 days a week, and you get a fob that you can come in. And there's hours that are staff on the floor coaching. So what we mean by that is, you go to any normal gym, right? You're paying, and I talked to Max about this yesterday, and I talked to Zach Zalumis about this as well. It's about these commercial gyms, they go for quantity. So they're like $9, $10, $15. They're about quantity, not quality. We are about quality, not quantity. We would rather 100 clients than 1,000. 100 clients that get results and they get individualized program and get the most out of their program and get results than 1,000 clients who get no program, no coaching, no expert advice and don't get results. Wouldn't you rather put your money towards that? Wouldn't you? Boys, what do you think? Yes. I've got my 2 performance osteos just walking by here. Boys, what do you think?
I think it's just like you highlighted. Excellent. It. Like you pay a price like that. People just don't understand. Like, people can be so they just don't, like, they think, oh well, yeah, I'm going to pay $150 for a one-on-one, but then all of a sudden I'm paying $137. It's like you're paying less than a one-on-one, but all of a sudden you get this quality. So like we look at our membership hours, we're not to the point we can't, like, the ratio is so small. Like, you get one coach to 3 people, you're going to get that.
Last night it was a one. Me and Manova on the floor. It was probably a 1 to 2, 1 to 3.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, you're getting that quality.
You're getting that quality of coaching. But this is what I don't understand, though, Dirk. People are happy to. People want to spend. Like, if you think about that, right? I can understand some people if you can't afford it, right? But a lot of people can afford it. They just don't think it's that important. They'd rather. They say they want a health and fitness, but they're happy to go on a weekend and spend $200-$300, right?
Exactly.
But my thing is, if you really care about your health and you want results, wouldn't you want to not shortcut your way to results, but wouldn't you want the program that's most effective, that's going to yield you the best results possible with the time that you can train, that's individualized to you and your body type, the previous injury history, your goals, when you can train? Isn't that true, though? Wouldn't you want to pay that money because it's more of an efficient way than just doing it yourself? But apparently this is the issue, and this is a great question you bring up. This is the issue with health and fitness in general, because everyone, Jamie Smith said this really good. Shout out to Jamie Smith. Jamie Smith said this really good. Everyone eats and majority of people train. So they think they're all experts. How many people think they're really experts in this field? A lot. How many people are real experts? Not a lot. It's true, though. And then they think, man, come on, Dirk. How many times have you been around a table, right, with your mates, right? Your mates, and my mates, and they've all discussed training, and they think they know it all, but they know fuck all.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. And you sit there going, the fuck?
Like, people just think that it's like, okay, I just gotta, like, I train, then I'm getting the results. Like, that's it. I know that, like, that's all we do. We just fucking train. Like, there's nothing to it. I'm like, the complexity of what we do, and the degree, the standard of what we bring to the table as S&C coaches, so much more than that. You know, the individualized program, you know, making sure they're better at the fundamental motor skills, running, jumping, change direction.
Yep.
Can we improve physical qualities, you know, strength, power, speed, mobility?
Yep.
Can we make sure they're healthy? Can they play?
No, but what the
Can we
worst part about it is they're bastardizing something we love, something that we are educated for you 2-3 years, for me 4 years plus an honours, undergrad for you 2, undergrad for me plus an honours, plus starting my masters, plus this is my 18th year in the industry, 18, 19 years. You've been here for a long time. You've been here. You've got exposed. You've got a good experience. You've been to Iowa. I've been to Maryland. I've been a lot of experience. So have you. It's bastardizing what we do. And everyone thinks just lift weights, just squat and deadlift, you'll be fine. But what about the intricacies of programming? What about the structure? What about the flow? What about the progression? What about the regression? What about the modification? What about the lateralization? What about applying fundamental sports science principles in a practical sense? What about?
Woody's betting. Woody's betting.
What about?
But you see what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying. People take the piss out of what we do.
Wait, a great example. I was just talking to Caitlin Cox before. Plays for Richmond. She's fucking killed it. She's
AFLW. Let's give her a shout out.
Caitlin Cox, AFLW. She made it. She killed it the past few years.
Hey, Kayla Ken, where are you, girl?
Hey,
where are you?
Where are you? Come down.
Come back down. Yeah,
Fetty.
Fetty Frew. Yes, my girl, Fetty.
Port Melbourne now.
Port Melbourne. Is she Port Melbourne?
Yeah, she got cut from Essendon. So
that's not a...
Well, anyway.
Why are you bringing that up? You can't stay mad at you.
Wait. Coxie, right? I was chatting to her before. She's at Richmond. She's like, look, they give you a program, but it's like there's nothing like what we do here. She's like, it's so hard to find even at the professional setting because there's
professional setting.
You know, that pro sector, because that people don't help them to how to implement it. She's like, yeah, you get a program. But it's like people think that that's it. Like what we do is just write a program. The implementation of what you do, when we've always said it, is so much more than just writing a program and giving it to someone. So that brings me to my point. If I said to you, Wood and Brick, right? You're going to give me, Brick, you're going to give me an advantage of one-on-one coaching. And Woody, I want you to give me a disadvantage. And then we're going to do the same for the membership. So Brick, what's one advantage of one-on-one coaching?
You could get...
Can I say one thing, because it's for my Instagram? Hello, Donnie. A poor program implemented well is better than a good program implemented poorly.
So
that is one of the best ones I can give you for that example you just give. But you continue, Brick. But that's the example I give.
I love it.
I was going to say the time spent with the individual, obviously in a semi-private model, is going to be different to a time spent in one-on-one. One-on-one, you're going to have more time dedicated to that individual that you're coaching. In a semi-private setting, might be a bit more sort of working the floor, helping them out if they need to. If people have better skills in terms of semi-private, they know how to squat, know how to do that sort of stuff, they know how to run their own warm-ups. It's easier for them. You don't need to worry too much about them. Newer guys that you're coaching have to help them out a lot more, whereas one-on-one, obviously going to help them out.
Yeah. So you would say a one-on-one potentially could be useful for people who are a little bit more inexperienced or need that help or can't come as frequently.
Or if you just want to pay the money to get like
all that
more
as well.
Quality in terms of like more time. I feel like personally membership is really good as well because you just get more bang for buck.
We'll get onto that as well.
All right.
Don't worry. I'm going to ask you that question in a second, okay? Woody, tell me one disadvantage from one-on-one coaching.
Well, the only disadvantage for me that I see personally, because it's all benefits, would be just if the price, because obviously the price is going to be more because that's an hour of your time that you have to take up, that you have to individualize, you have to focus on that person. That's the only thing I would say. Are we talking about for a client or the business?
Well, just in general. So...
yeah, I'd say the monetary, but the time.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
This is why the semi-private or the membership model's better. Not only can you be coached more, not only can you come to the gym more frequently, not only can you immerse yourself in that culture, not only can you be upskilled quicker because you're going to have more frequency of sessions, it's just a better price point as well for everyone. I mean, for us, we're charging, you'd have to talk to Kieran, but... we're charging give or take around 137, and then our rehab model's 197. That's bang for your buck, baby. That is bang for your buck. I mean, you think about it for my price, that's not even half. I mean, for me, I'm 250, 450 initial 250. I mean, that's not even anywhere near it. 130, and that's for a week. A week of sessions plus an individualized 4-week program, mesocycle.
And we look at it like, sorry, Big.
No, I was going to say, in the membership, you don't just coach people on the floor and that's it. Like you do a ton of work outside of the membership as well. And outside, like with their programs, you're definitely like talking to them on the phone. You're going, okay, what do you want with this? What do you want in your new program? You get them to fill out certain questions. How are you feeling with this? What's going on with that? You're not just coaching and that's it. So with the membership, it's good as well because you get that constant feedback, but also just that constant communication as well, which is something that coaches lack. It's just like constant communication and just checking in on clients, make sure everything's all right. And you do, like, all you guys on the floor do that like really, really well, which is awesome as well. Because as a client, you want to feel, I know it's like real lovey-dovey, but you want to feel special. You want to be like, all right, well, this coach actually cares about my progress and what's happening with this. If you get a person that you're paying a fuck ton for, and they communicate with you like once a week, or don't like communicate with you, it's like, what the fuck? Whereas like I've had a fucking awesome positive experience where like there's always like constant communication, constant care, and it just helps you so much as a client. So that's where the membership model comes in handy as well, because it's just, you feel like you're one of the team as well. And it's even like as you come in, where it's one-on-one membership, it's like people come in that like will dap you up. We'll give you like,
who the hell? Who dabs anyone? And what's a dab anyway?
I said dap you up. Well, I don't know. Like, fun.
Say, hey, bro.
Yeah, hey, bro.
Bro,
This
look,
one's
look
like-
at
dab.
Wait, look at it.
No.
Look at it like this, right? WSSC membership, right? Individualized program can come as many times as you want to get in floor, like staff on floor coaching, right? As many times as you want in that semi-private model. You get high performance monitoring and testing. We literally give the members within their package access to the force plates and all board, and Nax is always on him with the data. He's always checking percentages. The app literally tells you. So when we do our 3 jump test, right, it now tells you from your past jumps in the 3 months the percentage drop or gain. So
really? We have that now.
Yeah, it does that. So we can tell you, we give you data from session to session.
Oh, sweet.
Right? All included in the membership.
So we look at readiness. So we're looking at a readiness of, we're using objective data in terms of our force platform to look at, and we're looking at the fundamental athletic motor skill of the counter movement jump, which we...
And neural readiness.
Neural readiness is just objective and subjective data. If, you know, the best way you can find subjective data in terms of readiness is asking them how they feel at that exact moment.
Absolutely.
But in terms of the counter movement jump, to see what their drop-off or their improvement is, to see should we, you know, we've got a saying here at Woodford, if the frying pan's hot, we cook. If not, we're going to modify it if they're a bit tight. And by the way, just let everyone know, training's not the only stress. And I've talked about this numerous times, and this is something, you're a stress manager. And Brick, you've talked about this before, but you need to manage total all over stress. And training's not the only stress. Other stresses like significant other, your spouse, work, your boss, just your nutrition, your sleep quality. Did you have a kid who's been up all night? You know, shit like that. You need to manage it. Like, example, you're not going to do a max strength session at 2 or 3 RM if you just haven't slept well the night before. Like for me, I slept shit last night. I don't think, you know, that doesn't mean, you know, I might modify my session today. I'm going to do an upper body session and I might do a bit lighter, or I might do slow negatives or something that's less taxing. I'll do today just because I didn't have a good sleep last night. But that's okay. You just modify it.
That's called effective implementation.
Correct.
I love that.
Correct. Yes, correct.
I love that. And then imagine you're in a team environment where, look, you're in a gym. Everyone's an athlete. Everyone's working to be better as an athlete. Like, imagine that. That's our team environment. That's what I love about our membership is that, yeah, you can get that one-on-one with the coach, but once you're immersed in our culture, you make friends. You know, we become your family. You know, we work together. You meet people along the way. You work together people along the way. Like we just said at the start, that brings people together. That keeps people accountable. It's something very hard to find. And that's why I wanted to illustrate today, just to bring a bit of brand awareness about what we do. And that membership is the key to driving forward and creating results. But Woody, what was the first thing, like I remember when you came to me when I was a young little fella and you told me about the membership that you're going to start. What made you tick that box? I know all the benefits of it, but what made you say, all right, I'm going to do it now?
One young little fella. You're a young boy.
He's a young little boy.
young boy.
Young
So
pup
you
trying to become
asked me a question why I wanted to
Mate.
change to a membership model.
And what made you do it at that time?
Because one-on-one coaching is just draining, and it's not.
Were you getting drained?
Yes, and it doesn't last. It's not feasible in the long term. You're just going to burn out, and it's just I can do one-on-one coaching. I can probably do about 5, 6 to 8 hours a week max. By then, I'm stuffed. It's the most draining thing ever. Now, some people might turn around and say, "Well, I've done it for 10 years." Well, good on you. Congrats. But it's not, for me, it's not a feasible thing. And I did it for a long time. I did it for probably...
But you're not monotone. You put so much love, passion, effort.
Correct. And that's it. You know what? You're right about that. How many people could be on my level, educate on my level, coach on my level, and be that passionate person, not many. So that's
Just because that quantity doesn't always mean shit. I mean, like
correct. It's the quality. Yeah, correct.
like what you can do for someone in 6 weeks, post 6 sessions. And I'm not saying always, you got to get always getting results quicker, but what you do for someone in 6 weeks, right? And the way you make them move, feel,
and make get that buy-in. Yeah, correct. So I always say this: one session with me is better than fucking 6 months with someone else, in my opinion. With a scrub, but a scrub's nothing for me. Like if you're a scrub coach, and there's a lot of scrub coaches out there, and I don't want to be rude to the industry in general, but the industry standard to get, and this could start on a whole new topic, but the industry standard to call yourself a coach or a trainer is so low, and we've been through this. Unless you're doing a decent Cert 3 and 4 at a decent place, like we used to run one through AA or Orphic, and if you're doing it at AA or somewhere like that where they're actually good at what they do, fair enough.
Yeah,
but they're few and far between.
Absolutely. That brings me to my actual next point. That was actually perfect.
Was that a good segue?
That was a great segue. And Brick, I want you to get involved in this too.
Yeah, Brick, really get involved.
There's too many dominating personalities in this podcast.
Get involved in this, all right?
Brick, get involved, Brick.
I don't know, like.
Exercise and sports science is a degree. But what does that actually mean? Like in terms of an industry, what jobs are there? Like in terms of I understand that like we're a strength and conditioning coach, but I want you guys to highlight because I think most people don't actually know. So many people are so confused when they go in a degree of exercise sports science. Like what does that actually lead me to? And they don't help that. So I want to create a little segue for everyone who's listening to understand if you do exercise sports science, what are the pathways that you can take?
Can I just say one thing with this? We got told day one there was only like 50 jobs in Australia in sports science. It's crazy to think though, but that's what they said. I don't know if they said that to you, but at VU they said that. Remember Rob Orgy? Remember him?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Who's Rob Orgy?
Orgy, not orgy. Rob he's having an orgy, but Rob
At VU.
So yeah, VU, but they only said there was 50 jobs in Australia, which in theory there were 50 jobs. And by the way, what gave me the drive, the passion, the focus to start Woodford in the private sector, to create more jobs, more awareness around the performance coach, create more jobs, more awareness, better athletes, was because so many motherfuckers said there was no fucking private sector in Australia. Well, motherfucker, look what happened. And I gotta thank my man Joe DeFranco and Boyle, because without them I wouldn't even know what the fuck it was. I still remember saying my first year at uni or second year, I used to say to people, I'll be the guy to change it. I'll be the guy to start the industry in Australia, be in the private sector. And it only takes one. Now look how many performance centres there are in Australia, fucking everywhere. And I was the catalyst for that. I'll give Durham credit because he started, but he wasn't promoting it really. But he had one before I had one. But I was the man to promote it and push it, you know that, and go after it. And then everyone started going, holy fuck, Woodford's doing it, I can do it. It just takes one. And I was the perfect person to do it because I've got that fucking
the balls.
I've got the balls to do it, but B, I had that fucking back then. I was just a dog, just a hungry dog. I wanted it bad. I wanted a career, and I kind of like, you know me. If my back's against the wall, people say I can't do something, I go and do it. And I love when people question me and say you can't do it, because I'll go and do it. So I did do it. And then kind of like, you know, and then the side that no one talks about is the business side is the hardest part.
Yeah.
But we're getting there slowly. Everyone has their ups and downs. I mean, Kieran had a chat to my friend, good friend Jamie Smith, and we're just talking about how at the moment, because of inflation, how hard it is owning a facility. And he even said the same thing. We know it's hard. It's not easy. You know, as the interest rates go up, we're the first one to get rid of. Mm-hmm. You know, same at Fortress, man. It'd be the same shit. We're the first one to get rid of because we're a luxury. What would people rather pay, their mortgage or fucking training? Mortgage. Like, come on, fuck. And I don't fucking begrudge them. I'm like, well, fuck, I do the same thing. Yeah, I've got a mortgage. Kieran's got a mortgage. You three don't yet at the moment, thank God. But, you know, for you three. But, you know, I got a mortgage. I got to pay our mortgage, you know, so does Kieran.
What other roles could you actually go into through sports science?
Well, pro sports, the big one. It's like, okay.
But now but that's strength and conditioning coach. What can you become?
So
you become a sports scientist. Like,
for me, for example, doing powerlifting coaching, like you can definitely go in a different realm with isn't like just sports science and just isn't just like athletic development. So I know coaches in the industry that don't have a sports science degree that are fucking great coaches. You don't need a piece of paper.
Name one.
Didier Vasul, Jason Stupas, Angus Bradley, Josh Liu.
Angus Bradley doesn't have a sports science degree?
Nah. Doesn't he have like it's a
He did his
history?
set 3 and 4.
Like, and those are some of the, like, especially Angus, like, he's getting so much fucking reach. So,
Yeah,
so many coaches love him as well.
He says shit to feed the
It's
algorithm.
provocative. It gets people going.
No, but I agree with you. I completely agree with you on that, Brick. You don't have to have a sports science degree to be
Like,
good.
people...
Mate, there's scrubs with a master's degree.
There's uni and exactly, it's uni people that have such a wank over fucking. You need to do like, it's like you need a degree. You don't need a degree. You need to actually show care and love for your clients. You show care and love for your clients. You get results. You show them that you actually are passionate about what you do. It's going to make the world a difference.
Yeah, but Brick, that's what they use qualifications as a way to validate how good of a coach they are, but it's pathetic, really. And by the way, I used to be that way when I was younger because that's what I thought. And then I got out in the real world. I'm like, holy shit! I'm using letters behind my name to validate how good I am as a coach when I'm not that good. When there's better coaches than me who don't even have a degree. So for everyone out there, just because you have a degree doesn't make you a good coach. Being a good coach makes you a good coach.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Like,
that's true though.
And the main one is pros, like the pros, but also like just research. It can also be, I don't know, you can go into like other realms and that sort of stuff as well.
I think most of the time they do it for research, especially if you're doing your honours and your masters. They push you to research.
Like that was VU a lot as well, and it just you don't understand the bigger world out there. You don't understand what stuff there is out there for a lot of us as well, because this is what this facility has done as well. It shows you there is greater things apart from just like seeing data and everything like that. You actually get to interact with people.
I agree.
And for me personally, coming out of uni and in school, that was the main thing for me. I wanted to coach people, and even now, I want to coach people. I want to get better. Like, there's still stuff that I suck at. Like,
well, you suck at. Let's have a list. Here, pull the list out.
It's a lot of things, but for me personally, like, I'm happy to do that because I want to get better with that sort of stuff, and that's what this industry's given us as well. But having a sports science degree, it gets your foot in the door, but it's not the be all end all.
Boots, you know what's funny? I'll talk about one thing I want to learn more is Boots with you being here, Donnie. Donnie's brother, Jamie's real good at the conditioning side. So I'd pay him to learn under him with the conditioning side.
Oh, well, all those guys are, and they're going in a different direction as well. Like, obviously, Donnie can say otherwise, but they're going in a different direction in terms of like from the powerlifting coaching into like more hybridized stuff.
No, but I reckon hybrid's a lot better to go.
Well, you think about it as well, like, there's so much pull in that community and so much love that the fact that like the boys are like, all right, we're doing this, and everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're on board. Or it's like, we're doing this, and it's like, fuck yeah, we're on board.
We did the Super Choc run.
Yeah, like the fast chocks.
Fast chocks. Remember fast chocks? We're going to start doing it when Michael comes back.
Well, tying it, yeah. Shout out Michael Swan.
Michael Swan, my boy. Lachlan Anthony, my boy.
Swanee boy.
But that, like, tying back to your point about community first, like, that's what a good community is, and that's what I've had the privilege of being in as well. It's fun to be there. It's like here, it's fun to be here. Like, I come in, I'm like, see all the boys. It's enjoyable. It's just you feel part of it, feel wanted. Like, you might be in your, I don't know, before, you know, coming into the gym, for example, before coming into Woodford, like, it was just a sense of belonging. And I felt very, like, lost in that regard. Like, obviously...
Well, you're a mute, too.
We can talk about that another time as well. But, yeah, for me, it's just, like, the community in the gym space, and especially for exercise sports science coming through and new coaches coming through, it's a chance to be yourself, a chance to have a sense of belonging in your own, like, coaching and stuff. And
be yourself.
Yeah, and that's why having a sports science degree is really good as well. So... it gets your foot in the door. Is it the be all end all? No, because seminars are, you know, plentiful. You can do tons of them as well.
What about when I did that? Or I did that one with Durham, the Core Advantage one. I had people come up to me and say, I learned more in a workshop of you and Durham than I did in 3 years at uni.
Because you got people that actually like are in the industry that know what's going on. Some of those guys at VU or like other unis, maybe in Deakin, for example, haven't done it for like ages. Like, how do they know? And you're taught a certain thing. Like, how do you know like what people have been going through and in the industry and what they actually understand? Yeah.
But let me say one thing to everyone out there as well. No employer gives a flying fuck what uni you went to. This is so true. Like, how many people have come up to me and asked? I don't give a flying fuck what uni you went to, and I do not give a flying fuck what grades you got. I don't care. Right. I would rather you get a D or an E or fail a subject and you have better communication and coaching ability than actually get an A or a high distinction on a subject.
Absolutely.
I do not care.
Bro, when I look at the internship...
Seriously!
When I look at the internship...
Stop it!
Amazing. Wait, when I look at a CV from the fucking intern instead of trying to apply...
Well, just explain people, you go through the intern process.
I go through the internship. I'm like, if you've put like what score you got on a fucking unit, I'm probably gonna not want you, to be honest.
True, true.
Just because I'm like, that doesn't, like, I honestly skip past, like, I don't care what uni you went to. Like, because I've been around Woody for so long, and I just realized that it's about how good you are at communicating, your passion. Like, he didn't fucking first want me to help him because I was fucking great at what I did. It's because I wanted to do it. I was passionate. So I'm like, I look at a fucking resume, I'm like, I really don't care. I'm like, I want to just chat to them and see if they want to do it. Like, if people really want to know the best way to get in here, show us you're fucking passionate, communicate well. Bro, you're not coming to us to have the best experience possible. You're coming into us because you want to create something. So people, stop trying to show off fucking grades, shit like that, and show off your hunger, your passion, your ability to commit. Then you'll fucking get something.
Give a shout out to our old interns, Michael, Jack, and Andy. We had really good interns last month. Do you know why they were really good? Not because they were and they were good coaches, but this is not just say they were fantastic coaches, but they actually just wanted to learn and be there, and they wanted to be there.
Agreed.
And they turned up on time, and sometimes it's just about showing up, turning up on time, and giving your best fucking effort. And three of them, they did it. They did a really good job. They were really good. So, you know what? Our next intern batch, which we might as well ask everyone out there now, our next intern batch we're looking for, when do they open up?
So it starts in a month. Right, a month and a half. Okay, so April now. So mid-May it's going to start.
Yeah.
We've already just started promoting it now this week that it's started. Guys, apply because look at the interns that we got. Michael Schreiber is full-time job as an S&C coach now.
Wait, where's he at?
Access Performance.
He got a job there?
Full-time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Couple of
amazing.
know some boys from there.
So it would have helped because I know the owner there, Em. She's really good.
Absolutely.
So it would have helped that he's been here. Yeah, he's really good though.
Yeah.
I like Michael. So you got a full-time job there?
He got a full-time job. Jack, he's killing it with his clients. Now, he was struggling when he first came to us. Just learnt ways, understood how to sell more, be confident in what he was doing, implement different things. Bang, he's killing it with his clients. And now Andy, he actually just found out this morning that he got accepted as an internship at a higher university.
Wait, what?
Yep, this morning.
Wait, what?
And he's going to Ohio University.
Oh, good shit, man.
Andy Cochran.
Hey, how good's that?
Bro,
Mate,
3 interns that have killed it.
Mate, you know what? Fucking when he first came down, he was like brick. And I said to him, you do not need to be you don't need to be in your face like me. You don't need to be like Dirk. You don't need to be extrovert. No. Just be you. And he has. I mean, look at Brick. He's kind of carved out a niche for himself of being that sweet man. So tasty. Bro. So sweet.
Like, to think, wait, that's a great example. You know what? Andy didn't do his degree. He did his Cert 3 and 4, and look at him. Like, he was someone who was an introvert, all right? That's so fine. That's so fine, just like Brick. But he put the effort. He didn't have any experience. He was a fucking gardener before this, all right? A gardener. But he came in, he had a crack every fucking time. He'd get there early. He would listen. He'd be better. He'd be critical, right? And look at him now. He's gone to the States in 5 weeks.
I can't believe that.
5 weeks, he's gone to Ohio. Like, how crazy. He's completing what me and Wood have done.
Yeah. And it's
23 years old. Like, you look at the 3 interns we just had, right? It's not just about, what facility you work at. Like, you're working and we're making you better. We're going to make you better. I don't care, how good you are on your first day. I don't care about your results, right? When you apply, when you want to be better, kill it in the industry, right? Show us that you have passion, that you're eager to learn, to be better, to grow, okay? Understand how to communicate. These things are what going to matter. And whatever you're not good at, be honest about it, because that's what we're going to help you with. If you suck at something, don't try to hide it, right? I appreciate the people that when they struggle, I'm like, I want to be here because I'm not good at da. I'm like, done. I like that. You want to be better. The shit you suck at, great, because we all suck at shit, right? We just know we need to be better, and we're honest about it.
I'll be honest, that's really, for all 3 of them, fantastic. I'm really happy for them. But that's blown my mind, man. Like, that's blown my mind. Like, fuck. I don't know else what to say. I think I'm really proud of all 3 of them. They've done a really good job. All 3 of them, do you know what? They turned up, they worked hard, and they wanted to be here, and they asked good questions. And that is all you can ask for is people who want to learn. And I've been in this industry a long time, and I'll tell you I see themes and patterns, and the best coaches just have an inquisitive nature to want to get better and learn, and they're humble. And that's not to say people turn around and go, you're an arrogant fuck, this, that. You got to have confidence in yourself. But just let everyone know, when I started, no one was doing it. So I had to believe in myself. And regardless of what you thought of me, this and that, I still did it. I've still got runs on the board. And I still remember people saying to me, he won't work. He's not that good, this. At the end of the day, you can pot shot or you can go do what I've done, put your balls on line, put yourself out there. That's the hardest part, is put yourself out there and do that and go on social media, put yourself out there every day. It's hard. For me, it was easy, but for other people, it was hard. For me, I just knew what I wanted to do. I've known what I want to do since I was 15 years old, 14. This is the only thing I've ever wanted to do in my life. I've loved fitness and sport my whole life, and this is what I've done. I created a job for me. This is not a job for me. I love doing it.
I love that.
So the only job that I do get life's not easy, but that's the great thing about life is the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the crazy, the success, the lows, but how you pick yourself up and how you respond to losses. And by the way, there's not many people talk about the losses in the industry. I talk about them a lot because losses are real. Losses is how you learn. I learn more of my losses than I do my wins. But that's how you learn, how you get better. And that's the great thing. When you're at the bottom and you work your way back to the top again, that's a great story. But too many people bullshit on this and talk about social media only about their wins. No one relates to that. Be humble. Be what's the word? What's the word when you put yourself out there and you know when you put yourself out there and you're vulnerable. Show your vulnerable side. People relate to that.
Yeah,
people don't relate to just talking about six-figure
Being a fucking
incomes.
robot.
Shut the fuck up. No one relates to that.
People want to know that you've struggled. People
Correct.
Want to know
And people like that, bro. And for me, it's like always like, fuck, I haven't had it easy. For everyone out there who said I had it easy, I haven't. I've had to go through a lot and I'm still learning about myself. At 36, I'll learn till the day I die. But I'm learning a lot about myself. But this company, and you got to remember, a lot of companies that come back from COVID, it's a slow burn. It's been 2 years since. And I hate using that C word, but it's true. It's been hard. But now with inflation, that's another hit. So you got to work around it. We know this, but we're still going to put in effort and keep trying to get better. And that's what life's about. You can always change your life. You can always want to get better.
Agreed.
I don't care if you're the 60-year-old who just wants to learn more about training or the 20-year-old who's just started training. Is you can always want to get better. It's just up to you to take. The only person who can change in anyone's life is you. Not me, not him, not him. You. Your life. Take responsibility and accountability for your life.
And it's funny. I love that because I was actually chatting to one of the coaches I mentor, Jen Flack.
Yeah, actually, she wants to become an intern here.
Yeah, she does. She wants to join the internship.
She messaged me and I said,
already competition coming.
Yeah.
So, but this was a really good point. I said, she was frustrated because I'm not going to say his name. There was a coach that she works for, right? That's helping her. And he just got hired there. He hasn't been that good, blah, blah, blah. He just writes a program, just hopes that it works and doesn't really evaluate. I think the biggest thing as coaches, like if you just rock up, do something and then go home and that's it. Like if you're not evaluating what you did right and wrong or how can I be better or how can I improve? Like people just think I agree. You need to do hours, but if you're not sometimes critical or honest about the mistakes you make in those hours, you're not going to be better because you're just going to repeat the same mistakes. So as a coach, I think it's really important to go into your sessions, fucking write a program, whatever you have to do as a coach, and then not in a negative way, but always look at it like, what did I do well? What didn't I do well? And how can I be better?
Be your program's harshest critic.
Yes.
But then also, this is where you need objective data in terms of testing to see after a mesocycle or after a 6-week block, has it improved? Have it regressed? What strengths do they have? What weaknesses do they have? Let's keep maintaining strengths while minimizing their weaknesses. Let's test them. Or what if subjectively, if they feel good and they're performing good, don't change if it's working. Keep it the same.
Exactly.
So you got to assess it in terms of objective, subjective, and off the athlete how they feel.
Absolutely. And I think this is why WSSC is a fucking leader in the industry is because we have people around us all the time who are making us better, and not for just negative criticism, but constructive. When I don't do something that, I could have done something better, Woody's going to come up to me and say, hey, bro, I just think you should do this. I'm like, done. I'm like, what's your thoughts on that? Bang, amazing. Hey, Brick, we're all just helping each other. And I think the moment you get immersed in an environment like that, you level up like next level. And I think that's why the interns are around us, which we're always improving. We're always being better. We're always asking each other questions. Like we're always critiquing it in an effective, constructive way. The interns get immersed in a fucking drip of that. And all of a sudden the next level, they're up here.
One goal, one focus, change the game.
My God.
Can we end on something quickly? I want to sing a song to Brick.
Let's go. Sing a song.
Baby, when Brick's gone. Come on.
Let's get the...
I realize Brick's in love.
Baywatch song on.
Days go on and on and on. And the nights, they seem so long. Even Brick don't taste that good. Drinking, doing what it should. Days just feel so long. Everyone, here we go. Baby, when Brick's gone. Oh, baby, when Brick's gone. Come on, Chris, one more time. Oh, baby, when Brick's gone. And that's the end of Ask Woodford. There we go. Boom.
Guys, what a great episode. Quick, fast to the point. Internship, so many things happening. Get immersed in our environment as an athlete, a coach in the program, and internship. Thank you so much, guys. Talk soon.